number 313 on calendar, Cerullo versus Nieves. Will the parties please step forward?
Anthony Cerullo is a 45-year-old Mason from North Plainfield, New Jersey. He is suing 53-year-old business owner Juana Nieves for failure to pay for services rendered. Juana has a countersuit for the cost to repair Anthony's work.
You, sir, are suing the defendant for breach of contract, is that right?
Correct.
You, ma'am, are counterclaiming for negligence and consumer fraud.
Yes, Your Honor.
What's this all about?
I first met Miss Nieves in the spring of 1998. I went over there and I gave her a price of $7,000
To do what?
to replace 2 sets of steps and to replace the sidewalk that goes between the first set of steps and the set of steps that go up to the house.
Did she accept that agreement?
No, she declined. And she had somebody else put a sidewalk in, and it was all like the ocean, wavy, and she was very upset with it. Her girlfriend is the mother of my friend across the street, was how I got the acquaintance. They told me they needed me in there to straighten things out, and I told her girlfriend that it's $7,000. And she says, well, I've seen you work for my son Michael, where you just put the bricks in the front for the risers and put the limestones on top for the treads. I said, that's fine. I says, but I can't do that with these steps. I measured each step, and all the risers were incorrect. So in order, if I was to do that, it would never pass code. The defendant said that she'd be happy with it aesthetically, to look nice, since they weren't going to be more than an inch off. She agreed on $3,500. When I finished the job, I went there for the last payment. She gave me $800 in cash. She shorted me $270.
We'll be back with more of Judge Joe Brown after this.
I just want to get out of here, just give him what he wants. I was scared.
Close down.
We're back. Judge Joe Brown, the plaintiff in this case, says he did exactly what the defendant asked for when fixing her outdoor stairway. He says her payment was short almost $300. Let's take a look.
Keep going, please.
I asked her why, and she said because I didn't put the handrails back on. And I told her I didn't write that in my contract. If it was possible, I would do it. But it was dilapidated, it fell apart when I took it off, and it wasn't secure enough to be safe, so I didn't reinstall it. And
That was the understanding up front, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
What's wrong with the staircase here?
First of all, I agreed to pay him the $3,270. Mr. Cerullo never gave me an estimate of $7,000.
Well, how did you get the understanding it was $3,270?
He gave me a statement.
That's all?
I want to see in paper that he gave me an estimate about the price that before. I don't have it.
Yeah, let's see that.
These
Pass
are
that up.
proposals, Your Honor, that she had done to replace the steps, and that'll show you how much it should have cost. She got them herself.
Oh, she gave them to you?
Well, her attorney did.
Okay. Now there's $270 he says you have not paid him. Why didn't you give him the $270?
He did clean only the brick and then the railing.
The railing. Well, that's what he said the problem was. What about the railing?
Well, I don't know how is the problem occurred because the railing was there to begin with. That's the old
Right.
railing.
He's saying it wasn't safe to put that old railing back in there.
He said it didn't fit. He told me.
Now, did you stop payment on a $270 check?
Yes, I did, sir.
Let me see the stop payment on the check, please. Why did you give him a check for $270?
Because at least I want to have something to prove that I paid this guy.
It says the finished steps, last payment. Let me hear from your witness over here. Come on up. What do you know about this? Who are you, please?
I'm her daughter.
What do you know about this?
I was at the house when the building was going on, and then my mom left me the money to pay him the final payment. And she said, just give him the $800, and I will talk to him about it and see and discuss the issue. And I was like, okay. So I gave him the $800, and he was upset about that. And then he came back. I'm not sure the date, and he came back in the evening, and he was really upset. And we're in the house, and he brought his truck in, and I was actually it's my last year in high school, so I was on my way to an academics awards night, and he came in with his truck, screaming and yelling, and he blocked our driveway off, screaming and yelling, threatening he was going to take out the steps. She gave him the check so that we could leave.
You know you won't get anywhere trying to be intemperate, coming over and putting on a display like that. Why'd you do that? If you did it.
No, I went back because I was across the street, and when I saw she came home, I pulled in the driveway behind her, and I asked her, Juana, why didn't you give me the rest of the money? And she said, Bill, I'm not giving it to you until you put the handrails in. And I said, I told you, I can't do that. She goes, fine. She wrote the check, and I left.
It was not like that, Your Honor. He was yelling and screaming, running. He was threatening he was going to take the steps out. He's like, I'll come back and take them all out, give me my money. He was screaming and yelling. I was scared. That's why I was like, Mom, please, like, I just want to get out of here. Just give him what he wants.
Well, that's an expediency. Let me see what you have over there with your pictures. Miss Holly, pass those up, please.
Those are the pictures.
Well, I'm looking at the top step here. We have a problem. There is an angle on one of them from the looks of it.
And then from the driveway up to the sidewalk, the entire limestone of the top one just came off.
Your Honor, they used the steps the day I put them on.
Steps are there for use, not for...
Yeah, but when the
To take-
mortar's wet, it needs... Actually, cement's supposed to take 20
Oh,
seconds.
you said you didn't get it. They didn't give it a chance to harden.
Right.
And you told us that when you were
And there's
screaming
about,
at the house.
I don't know, there's a lot of people that live in the house.
So I guess it was easy for her to remove it because he can't determine to do it. He was intoxicated with alcohol.
And I told you before, if you had paid me, I would...
If you had done it
did
right, we
pop
would have
up.
paid you
No,
correctly.
no, I did it right.
Let me see.
This is a job I did.
Those pictures happened a week after you did it.
That's a different job, Your Honor, but it's exactly the same situation, except that was done the right way.
Judge Joe Brown makes his ruling after this.
Do you need justice? Call 1-877-JOE'S-LAW. On the internet, JudgeJoeBrown.com.
So what the problem is from your testimony and your complaint, she did not want you to dismantle the existing stairs as you're illustrating here in this picture so you could put up the finished product. It's a cut rate price. It's really somewhat less than what you're showing me over here in terms of the estimates to have the same work done by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 other people. So you get what you pay for, and the explanation given by the plaintiff is within the parameters of what the court is familiar with when you deal with such situations. It may not be the best work in the world, it may have these deficiencies, but that's what the agreement was. So you get your $270 in the court cost, and that's the application of the law.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Court is in
Welcome.
recess. Sir, I'll ask you to follow me out.
Oh my God.
The plaintiff in this case says that he finished his work. The defendant begged to differ. She was not happy with the result. The judge says she could have had the major reconstruction done, but she decided against that. Judgment for the plaintiff. We'll find out what litigants have to say in a moment. For the money in that way at that time.
It wasn't a certain way. I always happened to be pulling out from my friend's house. I saw she was there, so I pulled in behind her.
I had a police report that he came drunk because he threatened me that he's going to take the steps down. In order to get rid of him, I just gave him the check.
Were you drinking that night?
No, I can't drink.
Can't
You
drink.
can drink? Oh,
No,
please.
I work for a township. I get
So
drunk.
there's not a police report that says that you were drinking.
School maintenance.
This is
That's all you
federal
are.
drug testing. No, I don't drink.